All right, before we jump in, just the usual heads up, this is purely for educational purposes. It is absolutely not financial advice, so please always do your own research. Okay, let's get right to it. The title pretty much captures the chaos of the day, doesn't it? The entire crypto market is a sea of red, it's on fire. But inside the DexFi protocol, something pretty incredible is happening. We're going to break down that exact contrast right now. So here's the two-sided story we're dealing with today. The headline everyone is seeing is market crash. You look at your wallet and it's down. But the real story, what's happening under the hood, is all about record-shattering, history-making volume. It's like two completely different realities happening at the exact same time. All right, let's just rip the Band-Aid off and talk about the tough part first. There is no sugarcoating this. The fund's value dropped by over $156,000 since Friday. That's a 9.7% drop. And yeah, seeing that much red is never fun. So that drop brings our current fund value to just under $1.46 million. And this is our starting point for today's analysis. Now, this is where we need some crucial context. This wasn't just some small dip, right? The market got absolutely hammered. ETH, which is our main benchmark, fell a staggering 16% this weekend. Now, compare that. The fund, yeah, it was down, but it fell significantly less at 9.7%. To put that another way, the fund didn't just weather the storm better, it actively outperformed its benchmark by over 6 percentage points. In the middle of a total market panic, that kind of resilience, well, that's our very first clue that there is way more to the story. And here it is. This is the other side of that story. While the market was bleeding out, the protocol was humming along, processing nearly $50 million in trading volume. Guys, this isn't just a good day. This is a brand new all-time record that completely shatters everything we've seen before. And let's really put that number into perspective. The previous all-time high, which was just a few days ago, was around 22 million. Today, we did more than double that. In fact, if you look, yesterday was the second highest day ever. This weekend's volatility just created an absolutely unprecedented amount of activity. So where did all this action come from? Well, it was a total explosion from two of our main trading pairs. The ZORA pair was responsible for over half of it, a massive $26 million. And the BNKR pair, it just continued its incredible run with another $18.5 million. This is clearly where the action is right now. Okay, so what does all this crazy volume actually mean for you? How does it become something tangible? Well, it all feeds into what we call the yield engine. It's simple. More volume generates more fees, and more fees create more daily compound and profit for the protocol. Let's break that down. The first thing that comes out is the daily compound. Today, that was over $7,500. Now, this is capital that gets automatically put right back into the fund. It strengthens your position, and just as importantly, it helps lower your average cost basis, especially during a downturn like this. And the second output? That's daily profit. Today, that was over $11,000. This is the real yield we're talking about, generated directly from all those trading fees, that then becomes available for distribution to you, the bondholder. So you add those two numbers together, and you get today's grand total, almost $19,000, created by the yield engine in a single 24-hour period. This is the direct result of that mind-blowing, record-breaking volume. All of this brings up a really important question. With prices falling and fear absolutely everywhere in the market, what are bondholders actually doing? Are they selling? Are they running for the exits? Well, the data says the exact opposite is happening. In the last 2 days, right in the middle of this crash, 837 new bonds were minted. People were buying. This isn't fear you're seeing. This is conviction. This is people looking at the volatility and seeing a chance to accumulate. And why are they accumulating? Because the opportunity is just massive right now. With the bond price lower, your dollar simply goes further. I mean, compared to just a few days ago on January 28th, you can now get 25% more bonds for the exact same amount of money. The market chaos has basically put bonds on sale. Now, let's just zoom out for a second and put today into the context of the fund's 54-day journey so far. As you can see, this isn't the first rough patch. We've seen the launch, a big rally to an all-time high, a pretty deep correction, and then a recovery. This weekend's crash is just another phase in that cycle, and it's being driven by the wider crypto market, not by anything specific to the protocol.
And a quick check-in on the protocol status shows us everything is running lean and mean. Almost 95% of the capital is deployed. It's out there working, capturing all this volatility. The machine is running exactly like it's supposed to.
So what's the final verdict? On the red side, yeah, the challenges are real. The fund is down, the market is full of fear. But then you look at the green side, a historic $49.9 million volume record, nearly $19,000 in yield generated today, massive outperformance against ETH, and clear conviction from bondholders adding over 800 bonds. The opportunities are just overwhelming the challenges right now. And this is really the thought I want to leave you with. The market crashed this weekend. That's the headline. Your fund value is down. And yeah, that hurts. But just zoom out for a moment. While the market was burning, the DexFi yield engine was processing $50 million in trades, more than double any day in its history. That volume generated almost $19,000 in real compound and profit today alone. 837 times, people looked at this crash and said, I want more bonds at these prices. This is what real yield looks like under pressure. It's not promises. It's not fancy tokenomics. It's just real trading fees from real volume generating real returns. That is the opportunity hiding inside this crash. And we'll just end with the full risk disclosure. Remember, crypto is highly volatile and it carries significant risk. This was an educational overview, so please continue to do all your own research. Stay safe out there, everyone.